Shit about to be so hard. Look. Slide on the beat like water when they touch a pesticide. Big dog, you nah, let's put the pets aside. Coming for your neck like I got a chick on the side. Bounty hunter price on your head, dead or alive. How you say you a boss and you so problematic. When the issue arise, you stress, post-traumatic. You never hopped off the porch, you stayed up in the attic. On top of that, the way I flow on the track is automatic. I devour everything, every instrumental like a feast. Big boy, of course, when I'm bored, I'm gonna eat. No shame, wear my flaws on my arms like sleeves. Not tatted, cause I don't have a reason. The game got an infection, I don't know where it's at. Nobody knows where it started, we need a spinal tap. We can treat it if we pinpoint the fact that the matter in question is due to talent and lack thereof. Artist development, but you ain't ready for the conversation, I'ma deaden it. I'ma get back to the reasons why you listening. Better idea, let me repeat what I said in the beginning. Hey, slide on the beat like water when they touch a pesticide. Big dog, you nah, let's put the pets aside. Coming for your neck.
Yo, what is going on YouTube? My name is Billy Davis. If you guys are new here, definitely be sure to like this video and also be sure to subscribe to the channel, because when you guys do that, what happens is we go to a different stratosphere. Just kind of how this works. Now, guys, tonight I am honored, I am blessed, I am very happy to introduce my good friend Nick.
What's going on, y'all? Y'all good?
Nick is an artist out of the Metro Detroit area, and he's actually, fun fact, the winner of the Rebel Music Fest. It was the first one in 2024, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First one.
Now, Nick,
yes.
First of all,
what's going on?
How you doing, my man?
Bro, it is. I'm happy to be here, bro.
Dude, I know. I was about to say, it's about time. It's about time.
Yes,
Nick,
sir.
I've actually reacted to before. If you guys would like, you can go check out his song Problematic, which was in the intro of this video.
Definitely go run that up.
Go run it up, man.
Go
run it up.
Yes, sir.
But Nick,
yes.
I start off with a very simple question.
What's going on?
This very simple question is, what got you here?
Well, I drove. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm playing. As long as I can remember, I've always been involved in music. And I mean just as far as like it being in the household, from either just Taxify from my dad, my mom just listening to all types of R&B, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And my brother actually used to sing a lot.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my brother used to sing. Mm-hmm. And I used to just want to be like him. I remember we were in the basement, you know what I'm saying? You know, the little old school, you know, the Microsoft recorder, the little skinny mic, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's kind of where it started. And then it's, you know, as I got older, kind of forgot. It just became a thing. And then middle school, started writing just poetry just for class, school.
Yeah.
I actually did a talent show, believe it or not. I think it was like 5th grade talent show. And that kind of really made me be like just in front of everybody.
A talent show did?
Yeah, talent show, dog. It was like, if anyone knows me, just from what I went to, what was it? Not Carter. Chromie, actually, yeah, Chromie. Mm-hmm. Warren, shout out Chromie. Yeah, dog, that's where it started. And since I had that first kind of big applause from a crowd of people that I literally did not know, I was just like, oh, this is it.
So do you think it was a feeling that did it then, that got you really hooked on the music?
I believe it was, I mean, everyone's going to say it's a feeling, you know what I mean? But I remember just practicing. I was drinking lemon water, dog. Like I
really,
didn't, yeah, I didn't.
That's very singer-like.
I caught off dairy. Like even at a young age, I was like, I can't have dairy because it's gonna cause mucus, and I don't want to be like that. So, and it was actually, it wasn't even a song of mine. I was like doing a cover or like just performing Chris Brown's Wall to Wall, believe it or not. And I was like dancing, trying to sing at that age. You know what I'm saying? Skinny voice, so it was a little bit easier. Yeah. But yeah, that's where it started, man.
No shit. So dude, you were a Chris Brown fan?
Oh, wholeheartedly, yeah. If you, I feel like
shout out Breezy.
Hey, of course, dog. Hey, I mean he's superstar,
absolutely,
megastar, dog.
Absolutely,
yeah, dude. Like,
but one thing that I've noticed about you, dude, is your distinct voice. Your voice is super distinct, and almost to the point to where it's like, I can't even say that it reminds me of anybody, but your flow for sure reminds me of somebody. How hard do you think it was for you to capture the sound that you have currently right now?
Man, it took a lot of hours to even get to this point. Like it took hours on hours. Like when they really say 10,000 hours to master it, like they really mean that. I used to live by that.
You know who the first person I heard that from was?
Who?
Kato.
Kato on the track. Yeah, him, the whole movement.
Yes,
but
funk volume.
yeah, dog. Like I think over time my voice developed as like, you know, you get older, you know what I mean, puberty, all that stuff like that. But yeah, I really started to hone in on my voice was really, I believe around 2019, I want to say.
Okay.
That's when I really started to learn how to project, you know what I mean? How to actually use my voice as an instrument and not just me just trying to fit onto any type of style beat, you know what I mean? That's
so would you say that you have a style then of like certain music that you like to record on, or do you like to be diverse? How would you explain yourself?
If I used to have this saying where it was like, if the beat not hitting, then I'm not spitting. You know what I mean? Like
That's
kinda,
fair. That's fair.
It's
That's
like
tough.
it's like the instrumental has to take me there emotionally first before I even think about doing anything. So
you're a Goosebumps kind of guy.
yeah, where it's like if as soon as I hear that beat, whether if it's a sound, the drums, whatever, something sonically, if it gives me like that energy, I'm like, oh yeah, this is. And then it's like at that point, then whatever is inside, I write it out, and then it just comes out naturally in just the best way possible.
That's amazing, dude.
Yeah, dog. Trust me, it took time though. It wasn't like, you know, they say overnight success or even just getting better, just being born with it. I had to really work at honing in on my skill. You know what I mean? I didn't have talent. I didn't have.
You don't think so?
No, I wholeheartedly didn't. The only thing I had talent in was.
I feel like
just,
he's lying because I actually heard his first record, and I'm just gonna call him out.
No. Y'all heard the first record that I wanted y'all to hear.
Oh,
y'all
okay,
didn't hear the
okay,
first
all right,
one. Yeah,
all
no,
right,
that
all
first
right.
record y'all seen was, I think, a year in. But even then, it was like the
But that
amount
was
of
polished.
remixes.
That was polished.
Hey, if you can, hey, like I said, apples to apples, whatever the saying is.
Yeah.
No, but I just know, like I said, even now I'm still hard on myself. I'm like, oh, I can do better. I can go harder.
Yeah,
I can. You know what I'm saying? We all do that though.
Yeah,
so.
I was about to say, as an artist, I think that's just one thing that you're just naturally gonna do, regardless. Even doing this, I beat myself up sometimes. I don't always feel the most confident when doing
that
something.
That self-doubt kicks in,
It
hits hard.
Dude, it's actually one of the most rawest forms of emotion that there is that self-doubt.
Yes.
But one thing that I will tell you is keep going, because one thing you are
Yes,
is beyond talented.
Beyond
talented. I wouldn't even have you here if you weren't.
So
I'll be
weird.
honest with you.
You know what's crazy, dog? Like, it's so weird hearing that and getting like that recognition, because even though like I've heard it over the internet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like in person, I never really, you know what I'm saying, got that until I linked up, you know, with certain people.
Yeah.
And it was just like, there's a part of me that's still like, they don't know what all you got, so they're gonna say it now. But when they see what you really have, it's like what you really want to say and what you really want to, you know what I'm saying? Then they're gonna see it. It's almost like I have to accept it for myself in order for someone else to see, which is probably terrible.
No, not necessarily terrible, but I know exactly what you mean in that regard. Of more or less, like people will praise you over online, and it'll be very nice, and you'll appreciate the praise.
Wholeheartedly,
and stuff like
always appreciate it. Don't
absolutely,
stop.
absolutely.
I love it. You know what
absolutely.
I mean? Like,
it's
dope.
great.
It's
but
dope.
there is something about being validated in person, and it's a feeling that cannot be described well enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Another thing that I will say, and I really want to pinpoint on this, is your sound. I'm just going to shift into this.
Let's run it.
Your sound, it reminds me of somebody. And it's,
if I guess who you're gonna say, this is gonna be funny. But go ahead.
I think you know who I'm gonna say. I've said it to you before.
I think
It's Royce the 5'9".
Oh, that's where Royce. I'm not gonna lie. I've gotten the only person I've overheard was people compare me to Ludacris.
Ludacris? That's fair.
Just as far as like I mean, well, at least to the older stuff I used to make, you know what I'm saying? Just really theatrical, really just the bars that he say, you know what I'm saying? The energy. But yeah, no, I appreciate that Royce competition. I definitely feel like if there was a way for me to pinpoint, I guess, like to show the growth, it would be for me, I guess, sounding in like a Ludacris-esque high energy type field, and just me.
You definitely have a certain energy to you.
Yeah, and then definitely with the whole comparison, or just not just me, because Royce is crazy with the pen.
He's nuts with the pen.
You know what I'm saying? But I hold myself in regard with how I craft my bars. I like things to make sense. I'm kind of over just saying bars that just lines that are just kind of scattered. You know what I mean? I like where it kind of flows through. It makes sense all together.
So that's going to be my next question for you. How's your writing process?
Okay, so I'll probably say since 2020 is the pandemic, I've always operated off of, so I'll have my phone and I'll just come up with like random lines will just come up in my head. Either if it's and its majority is always one line. Yeah. And I'll just have a bunch of just notes in my phone just stacked up with one-liners, no matter if it's a good starter bar or just a transitional line for anything. And that's how I will start writing. So if I hear a beat, like I said, I'll get those goosebumps, and then I'll just go through my whole list of just one-liners, and if it fits, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna build off that.
That's really funny you say that because I was always the exact same way as an artist, dude. I would I used to call our cameraman Devin. I used to call him all the time, and what I would do is I'd call him and I'd spit him some bars, and I'd be like, hey, what do you think of this? He'd be like, oh, this is fire, keep going, and that would keep me going. Now, is that something that's happened to you? Do you call your friends, maybe bring it to their attention, be like, hey, this is what I got? Or are you just more to yourself?
I
and
wait.
just
I wait
trusting
until at least it's completely recorded and done, or at least where I'm iffy about this song.
Really?
Because sometimes like my energy, so like sometimes I'll have like that initial spark in the beginning.
Yeah.
But then as I'm writing and the beat continues, like it starts to get lost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I incorporated me just, even if I have the hook done or half of a verse, I'll just record it instead of me waiting to just have the whole thing done. I had to get out of that. That's where the energy was leaving. If I just sit there and write too long. But yeah, I don't really call people. I don't try to share it as much. I like to wait until it's done.
Yeah.
Because I know when I used to do that before, it would kind of like sway me away from continuing to write it, because based on their reaction, I would kind of be like, well, if they're not fucking with it, then what if I'm just overreacting? Like, what if I'm overhyping it? You know what I mean?
That's very fair.
So that's why I'm just
fair.
like, I just keep it to myself until
So
it's
not
done.
a person who needs validation. That's respectable.
No, the only time I will admit, this is one thing I'm bad at. I get my most of my validation that I accept is when I'm on stage.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little
That's
bit.
the only thing where I'm like, that's the one thing I hold. If you can say my songs suck, you can say my bars are corny, the hooks are bad, the mixing is bad, mastering, you can say all that, but there's no doubt in my mind that when I get on that stage, I stand out, and there's a reason why. That's the reason why I won Rebel Fest.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And I'm standing on that. I'm standing on that.
This man can perform.
Standing
He's
on
very talented at it. I had the pleasure of seeing you, Jolo, and Moseri.
Yeah, just for 8 bars.
Yeah,
Like,
literally. And it was really funny because I remember being out in the crowd and just jumping because
Yeah.
you controlled the crowd. You controlled that jump.
You have to. That's
You
how
got down low as it broke down.
Mm-hmm.
And as it broke down, you literally built yourself back up to when it dropped, then hitting on it.
Yep.
And people, one thing that I want to stress is that is so important. If you are a musician who is looking to perform and looking to come up in the game, this is how you do it. Crowd control. Crowd control is everything. And a lot of the times, us in the crowd will follow what the artist is doing.
Yes.
Nick over here has done a great job at doing that. Now, another thing that I want to talk about, and this one, I don't think you're expecting me to bring this up, but I'm going to.
Let me turn a little
Yeah,
bit. Let me
go
get
ahead,
comfortable. Let me get
go ahead,
comfortable.
go ahead.
Yeah. My knee hitting something. No, you go. Let's go.
So one thing that I wanted to bring up and talk about was your name change.
Yes, bro. This is crazy. I did not expect that. All right. Let's get into it. Where you wanna? How do you want to take it? Where do you want to start? You want me to go?
Go.
All right. So for the longest time, I went by Cryo Raps. Right. Before that, people may not know this or whatever. I used to actually try to incorporate my name into my actual name into my rap name.
Really?
Yeah. So in the beginning, I was trying to be like, it was either like Nick Music, and it was just spelled differently with the I's. Like I was trying to just do something different. Yeah. And then for a while, I was like, all right, this isn't like, it just didn't feel right. You know what I mean? And then I knew I wanted to incorporate my name somewhere, but I could never figure it out ever. And that's, you're trying to learn and stuff like that. So I stumbled upon, it was Cryogenic, and that's how I incorporated my name with the, Cryogenic, the way you spell it, you know. And then it was like, I would add the K just to make it like Nick. So, but then I was like, you know what, this is kind of corny. I'm gonna just call myself, I'm gonna just drop the Genic and just go Cryo Raps.
Okay.
So that's where that started. Was that for years. Everyone knew me as that.
Yeah, everybody, that was actually how I was introduced to you.
Yeah, as Cryo. Yep. So there became a point to where over time, like I knew I didn't want to keep that name for long, but I think it's just because of what I built. I was able to build upon that name, me just making sure all my handles are the same. It just grew into its own thing. And there was a part of me where like, when people said Cryo, like it just became where it's like it didn't really, I felt like they were talking to someone else. Yeah. You know what I mean? Even though I rap the same, I still have all that.
They're not getting the authentic version of you.
Yeah, that's how it was. And it was just, I just was just sitting in my room one day. Not even one day, I don't want to make it sound like it was on the whim, but I thought about it for a while, but it was just one morning, I was just like, bro, it's just, I got tired of it. I just got tired of having that name.
Really?
And it doesn't mean, and it sometimes it does hurt me a little bit just because I have songs where I incorporate my name in the music and in the verses.
Yeah.
So I know some of those songs I don't want to perform anymore, just because I'm like, even though the song may be good, I don't want to perform with it.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to like separate myself from that. People can still call me Cryo and stuff like that, but yeah, I just stumbled upon Nick, and I was trying to find a way to make it work as far as like social media wise. That's when I added the what up, so people would seem like, hey, what up, Nick?
Yeah,
that's kind of what I had
tough.
in my mind.
That's tough.
So yeah, dog, that's where the whole name switch came, and it was a hassle trying to do all that, the back end, the business.
Yeah,
stuff
I was
and all
about to
that.
say with Spotify and changing the name and
Yeah,
stuff
bro,
like
it
that.
was-
Yeah, that's a hassle.
Yeah, it
People don't
was.
understand how much of a hassle that can be.
Hey, to all artists, if you ever want to change your name, come to me, because I know I got a couple people. Believe it or not, on Instagram, I did multiple polls of asking should I change my name or whatever. And believe it or not, I didn't expect people to be like, yeah. Like obviously, besides like close homies, they were like, nah, bro, like you're Cryo. But then it was like to other people that were like fans, listen to the music. They were like, at some point, they were like, we were kind of hoping that like you would change it. And they were just saying, because some people would really, mispronounce the name. I've been called Creo, I've been called Cyro, I've been called Cairo.
Nick is very simple.
Yeah, like it's just straightforward. Even though people are like, oh, what is it, a V? I'm like, I just can't
It's
have
really
that.
funny because I always thought I was the only, obviously I know I'm not the only person who's gone through this, but at the time when I changed my name, because
Right.
I actually, when I first started making music, fun fact, I went by the name Kid Fresh.
Kid Fresh. Oh, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, it was at the time of like Kid Ink and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, so it was that time.
Yeah,
You
it was
know what
that
I mean?
time.
Yeah,
It was that
yeah,
time.
yeah.
But it was actually just something struck in me, and I was like, you know what? I just want to be Billy.
You just want to be you.
I just want to be me.
Right,
I don't want to hide behind a gimmick. I don't want to hide behind a character.
Right.
I just want people to know me as me, and it feels like that may be the same for you.
That's
in
how
this
I was.
regard.
And too, it was just like after a while, I was just like, yo, I feel like people are playing with me and playing with my name. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just like, because I feel like with the name, like, Cryo Raps, I felt like that name has a ceiling. And that's how I felt. I was like, yo, I feel like I'm bigger than this name, and I should just go by me. And believe it or not, since I have done the name change and got all my stuff switched over and I'm whatever, I feel like I feel like I feel more free to grow and branch out, and I feel more open. And it's crazy because I would rather win Rebel Fest, and well, even though I was Cryo at that time, but like, I'd rather drop music and I'd rather do stuff like this, content, videos, and you know what I'm saying, talks with my name.
Yeah.
It just feels better. I feel more like me. And that way, when I actually am able to get personal in my music, it's like, oh, like, no, like, it's not Cryo talking, that's Nick. Like, that's how he truly feels.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was never able to really be that vulnerable in my music with that name.
Now, let me ask a little bit. I've heard a little bit of your music. I can't say that I've heard it all.
No, wholeheartedly, I respect that. I'm glad you didn't go too far back.
Yeah. No.
Hey.
But one thing I want to ask is vulnerability in your music. How do you feel about that? Being vulnerable.
Underrated. I feel like it's super important. It's important because you can only talk about superficial things and things that really don't matter for so long.
Absolutely.
Until the point where you kind of have to just throw in a little bit of you, openness. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, being vulnerable in the music. And I felt like I said, just going back to the name, it was just, I just felt like I wasn't able to do that. You know what I mean? And a lot of the stuff that I'm making now, like I'm able to actually open up because I'm more comfortable with myself. And it's like, okay, like now I know like this is what I need to do. I need to open up because hip hop as a whole has always been a form of expression. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes down to me being an artist and being a rapper. It's one thing to just talk about guns, drugs, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that in your songs or whatever, and it may not hit you as a person, but when you hear someone talking about them and their experiences, that's when people can really connect with you and really get to know you as a person.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Some people can do it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but it's
and sometimes the hype stuff is always fun. But
I got the hype stuff. Don't get it.
absolutely.
Yeah, we got the high energy all day.
You heard
but,
problematic in the beginning of this.
hey, problematic. I can curse on here, right?
Yeah.
All right, fuck shit up. That's one of my biggest songs, man. Like, it's just high energy, all that. That's what I've always been about. I like having that balance in my music.
Yeah.
Where you can get the hype stuff from me and you can get the chill, more calm, introspective type of side to me, because that is how I am in real life as a person. I'm high energy. You've seen it.
Yes.
I check in on people like, hey, you good? You ain't being sad. You know what I'm saying?
I want to give hold on. I want to give a huge shout out to Nick right here, because Nick actually and I have had numerous conversations over the phone. Nick actually, every time before he starts a conversation with me and talks about things that maybe we need to get done or planned, whatever, Nick will always ask me, are you okay? He tells me I can't go and act like I didn't see your post.
Yeah, I can't, because I feel like that's just, I feel like that, because then it's just more of like, because then it just feels like a, like, example, if you were a follower of me and you were to be like, yo, I like your song, right? I'm going to appreciate it. But if you also be like, yo, I like your song because it got me out of this situation, there's an emotion attached to it.
Absolutely.
So I feel like if I'm just being like, hey, yo, Billy, yo, let's go do that, let's go do that, let's go do that, and you hit me with the, yeah, we can go do it. You know, you may not show it off in your tone, but like, I can't just be like scrolling. If I like your post and then call you and be like, yo, let's go do something, I gotta be like, yo, like, you good, dog? Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta just check in on people, bro. It's so easy.
It's so easy.
It's not that hard to be a good person.
It's not, bro.
It's not, bro.
Check on your friends, man. It's the most important thing in the world, and Nick has done a fantastic job at that.
Check on your strong friends too.
Boom. There you go. Yes. This guy, he tells me all the time, you're doing good, stuff like that. Yeah. He sees it. So, dude, I just want to say I appreciate you on that regard.
For sure, man. It's all love.
That means the world to me.
It's all love, man.
But with all that being said, I want to ask, how are you doing?
We're getting to the part of the interview.
Yeah.
We're getting to the part of the sit down. Okay. The best way I can put it is, I'm not going to say I'm great or like I'm in the dumps. I'm okay.
You're okay.
I'm wholeheartedly okay. And I feel like I never used to allow myself to have lows unless it was like to the point where it was like detrimental to my health.
Yeah, that's fair.
So for the longest time, you know, I was 400 pounds, you know what I mean? Like up there.
Yeah.
And excuse me, there was a point where I was just like, yo, like something's got to change. And I just felt bad because I knew it was like I had to go to, you know, doctor, see people. And it was just like, I was comfortable with myself. Yeah, like I had to go to I had a checkup, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. And and this was the first time, and this is bad because it was right after Thanksgiving. So, you know, that Thanksgiving food plates be big.
Man.
You gain some pounds, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, a couple pounds here and there. Bro, I got on that scale, bro. They weighed me, bro. I was like 410, somewhere around there, dog. And that was the biggest I've ever been. I always said to myself, I would never try to be 400 pounds, like ever again. Like even before, I was like, I'm never gonna be 400. I said I may be 380. That's as long as I'm not 4. Right. As soon as I seen that 4, man, and I was just like, what is happening? And then literally since that day, I was like, I gotta lose weight, bro. Regiment for a whole year, I lost over 100 pounds, dog.
Wow.
And that helped.
That's amazing.
And that helped my mental health like a lot, because then, you know what I'm saying? Like I've always had confidence to me, but it was a confidence to where it came with the rap name. Well, dude, I had to be.
I'm here to tell you, you look great.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
Outstanding.
Hey, took a minute, bro. Took a minute, but it was like, but just I don't want to go like, I don't want to be too sad, too.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? But no, dog. Like I'm okay, man. Like I feel like just me as a person outside of music, I'm okay, dog. My money's getting back right again. I had to move back home, type. You know what I'm saying? Type stuff. So now that my money's getting back normal, I'm able to actually, you know what I'm saying, I'm able to invest in myself more. Yeah. And that's what makes me feel good. And just overall, man, not being stressed as much, man. Stress runs in my family deep. Stress runs in my family deep. Drinking runs in my family deep. And those two aren't a good combination. So yeah, dude, overall, I am genuinely okay right now. Good, I am okay, dog.
Good, dude. That makes me happy.
Dog, thank you.
So I got one last question for you.
Well, what is it? I thought about a dab up. I'm like, all right, well, that's it. I thought about a dab up.
No, we're not done yet.
No, no rush.
My next question for you.
What's up, dog?
Nick, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
5 years? You know what the crazy part is? People will try to tell you, like, I know I have everything planned out. To an extent, I want to be on a tour. I want to tour. I want to see the world outside of just music. I want to.
It's a great experience.
Meet the people. Oh yeah, because you told me you've been on. Oh, you're so lucky. Yeah, that's where I want to be, man. I want to be on tour. I want to travel the world. I want people to hear the music. But as far as like trajectory, dog, I don't want to sign. Wholeheartedly don't want to sign to a label. Okay. I want to stay independent. I want to have my own team. I just want to run things the way I see fit, because I'm already hard on myself with how I make songs, stage performance, all that, and that's just how I am, dude. And and just to throw in a little extra, there's something that always keeps me going that I don't think that's ever going to change, and it's the fact that I haven't made my best song yet, and I'm not trying to.
There you go. That's deep.
Because I feel like if I make my best song, then that's it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna want to go in front of like, yo, this is the best I can do.
To continue this real fast before we get out of here.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I'll explain a little bit about me for a moment, and not to make this
No, go
about
ahead,
me.
bro. Hey, bro, we all.
I just compare situations.
Conversation.
Here. Yeah. One thing that I will say, I did a song. It was called "Growing Up."
Yep, love it. I heard it.
Yes. Growing Up at the time was my biggest song, and it felt like my best song. So people always asked me, why did I stop making music? The real side to it is I was dealing with things emotionally and mentally.
Which is heavy.
Heavy. The true side to it is just what Nick pointed to. I felt like I had put out my best work.
Yep.
And I felt like I couldn't recreate anything, and I didn't think I was ever going to be that good ever again.
That's how I felt with Fuck Shit Up and Lost.
Yes.
My two biggest songs, and I felt like I poured a lot into those songs. And
Absolutely.
it was just, I was like, no, this ain't it. I know I can do more.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dog.
That's really what it is. It's now, you know, I say thank you to you. I say thank you to Team Jolo and Moseri, because you guys.
The homies.
All the homies, right. And Devin right back here.
Shout out, Dev.
You guys have put me back into the position to where I once feel confident again.
Which is a blessing.
Now,
Yeah.
obviously, it is within myself, and I have to find that
Wholeheartedly.
confidence within myself. But I just want to say thank you to you guys, all of you guys.
You just need a little jump start, little, you know what I'm saying? Battery maybe day,
Right.
maybe a little kick, a little jump
Just
start.
need
bro.
a little kickstart.
Yeah, that's all it is.
You guys have played such an important role into getting me back to even sitting down and having this discussion with you.
Yeah.
You guys have no idea how much the conversations and things like that mean to me. So from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you.
For sure, man. Dog, like thank you. I
Absolutely.
don't get that often. So when I do, I'm like, I really hold it in. Like, yo, I helped someone.
Yes.
One person
Yes.
can change someone's life. You know what I mean? So,
Absolutely helped me to the fullest extent.
yeah.
But we're talking 5 years, want to be on tour,
Yeah. Tour. Honestly,
not looking to create the best song.
Nope, but I want a gold record. I want a gold
That is
record.
fair.
I want a gold record. I want to go gold. If I can go, but that's not the end all be all. But if I can go gold, you gonna see me talking so much shit. I told y'all, me, big body. That's me, dog.
He said, bro, it's me.
Shoot, bro.
I get it. No, same thing. I get it 100%. But, Nick, do we have any new music that maybe we're working on? What do we have going on?
I am currently working on a mix for a song called Different Out Here. I sent it to you. I believe you heard it, don't remember. But yeah, still trying to get that mix right. I think it is going to be another kind of in the same realm of Fuck Shit Up, my high energy music. But for the fall, I do plan on dropping some like a fall, winter like EP. Nothing like holiday related, just the mood. You know what I'm saying? Like
Really
just-
touching on the mood.
Yeah, like really just like late night drives, you know what I'm saying? Fall type of, cider mill type of, you know what I'm saying? Something to just lay back and just chill to if you want to smoke, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
But also I want to make you think a little bit.
Absolutely. I love that, man.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that. Now, where can everybody go follow you? Although you mentioned it
you
earlier.
hey, what up, Nick? Make sure you spell it, with 2 D's in front of what up. Instead of I, put a V. Instagram, Spotify, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. What else we got? Bandcamp. SoundCloud, everything. I am everywhere. I got links to everything, bro. Everywhere.
And it's What Up, Nick?
Hey, that's me, my boy.
Guys, that is all I got for us today.
Subscribe, like, all that.
He's
share.
going to say here, my name is Billy Davis. If you guys are new here, definitely be sure to like this video. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel because we go to a different stratosphere. This is Billy's Bar, by the way. I want to mention that.
That's the name of
Yeah,
it?
that
Oh,
is the
that's
name.
hard.
Nick is hearing the name for the first time.
That's
This is
dope.
Billy's Bar. Welcome to it. We're going to be here having a good time. The bar may change as time goes on, but we're here. We're doing this.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers.
Billy's Bar.
Billy's Bar.